Grizzlies, and welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and today we continue to look at the case of the Idaho quadruple homicide. Thank you so much for being here. Let me just quickly put this on a slower mode. Sorry about that, everyone. If you wouldn't mind, please hit the thumbs up and share the video so that other Grizzlies and other watchers can know that I'm live right now. We are live 45 minutes before the press conference starts because I've got lots to share with you, as always. Okay, let me just move this over here. So thank you so much, as I say, for being here. All right. Are you guys ready? Let's just quickly put this on. Slow mode. Off we go. Joe John says, I hope they find the killer. Me too. Me too. I really hope so. Thank you, mods, for being here. Welcome, members, patrons, everyone, new subscribers, old subscribers. Thank you so much. Okay, so I prepared a slide for you. We've got some map time to do, and I'm monitoring when the press conference starts. So let me first put this one up here. Oh, thank you so much. KT says, been waiting all day. Me too, even though I've been preparing a lot for you guys. It feels like, time was standing still. And then when I looked again, I'm like, oh, my word time is running out. So, yeah. Okay. So, did I miss one? Thank you so much to PT Notterman. Let's see where that is. Oh, there you go. Thank you, PT Notterman. I really appreciate it. Okay, so feel free to chat it up, share your thoughts. Off we go. So, when? This is just a little recap. Thank you to Sherry Vincent for that. I really appreciate it. Okay, when? November 13th, 2022, between 3 and 4 a.m. Where? 1122 King Road, Moscow, Idaho, close to the University of Idaho campus. It goes without saying, don't go to the house, don't stand outside, don't protest, don't do anything out there that will disturb the investigation. Okay, who? 4 students, Zaina, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee, were brutally murdered with a knife in their beds. They say they were likely in their beds. And why? Well, the suspect remains at large and the motive is unknown. Community is on edge, as one would expect. The community is completely on edge. At this point, it is really scary because someone who is capable of such a violent crime, murdering 4 people all in one go with a knife, if it is one person, let me know in the comments if you think it's one person or more. Then, so put a 1 in the chat if you think it's just one person, and put a 2 in the chat if you think it's 2 or more people that are responsible for this crime. So let's see what you guys say. Yeah, this case is really sad, says Daniel Barnes. I agree. And this is one of those cases that will stick with you forever. It's a haunting case. It's really terrible. I mean, they were so young, 20 years old and 21. 2 of them were 22, 21. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. All right. So again, this is just a recap slide between 8 and 9, somewhere around then. Ethan and Zaina had attended a party on campus at the Sigma Chi fraternity. And here, the picture right next to me, you can see all 4 victims pictured. And that picture was uploaded. That's the last picture they uploaded. So that is very sad. Okay, I see there's a couple of 2s in the house. Okay, interesting. Most say 1. Don't feel left out if you don't say 1. Say what you really think. Okay, so then Kaylee and Maddie had gone to a downtown bar called the Corner Club, and they were there from around 10 until 1:30 in the morning. And then they went to a food truck, and we saw that Twitch TV footage, and that was from... The time has shifted slightly. They say 1:43 to 1:53, but what law enforcement is sharing now is that they were home around 1:45 a.m. So sometime between, 1:30 and 2, they were there, and then heading home. It was only a 4-minute drive home, and they got a private ride home, not an Uber. Now, a lot of people have had questions about that. Like, how could that be? Let me answer that in a moment. Let me just attend to this. Thank you so much, Chandler Anthony. All right. Someone around the age of the victims. Justin Dennis Treat was just booked into Latah County without explanation. Reddit page is some interesting details. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And if you wouldn't mind, please email me stuff like that. You guys are sending me lots of interesting emails. So thank you so, so much. Okay. So all all the roommates were in the house. There were 6 people in the house at the time. 5 roommates and Ethan was staying over as a guest. 2 survived. We're going to go over the layout of the building again. What I was saying was the private ride. A lot of people are like, why is it a private ride? What is it? But you know, when you get Uber a lot, then sometimes you connect with the Uber driver because they're always picking you up. So you're like, could I just text you and then you pick me up? And I mean, you still would then pay for the ride and everything, but it's not officially through the Uber app, maybe. So it could be something like that, right? All right. Rochelle asked if there's any video from the bar the other 2 girls were at prior to the food truck. I haven't seen any. And if there is any, yeah, if you guys could please send it to me. So there's a little map of everything. We've looked at that before. So if you haven't yet caught my case coverage on this case, then please check out the playlist that I've made for this case. And I'm sure there's lots for you to watch there and catch up on. But as I say, I am doing a recap, as I just did. And we'll look at what law enforcement said as we wait for the press conference. Welcome to all the new members. Thank you so much for being here. Remember that slow mode doesn't apply to you. So that's pretty cool. So now this thing with the 911 call, you know, there's a lot going on online of saying, why the hell would someone say when there's a scene that police describe as something they've never seen? Again, I said trigger warning. Remember, it was in the beginning of my intro. Trigger warning. This content is for adults only. Okay. So there was blood everywhere. They said even on the walls in some places. So whoever discovered somebody lying on the ground would have called 911. They say the call came from one of the roommates' phones, and it's from one of the surviving roommates' phones, because there was a lot of speculation about that too when they said from one of the phones. So thank you so much to the boys' mama for your $20 super sticker. Thank you. Thank you for the live stream, G. Great work. Thank you. It's a late one for me. We're going to go to like 1 a.m, I'm sure. Okay. So the thing is, if you have even followed cases that we've covered on this channel, right? Remember the Alec Murdaugh case when he's going on trial. So he allegedly is accused of shooting his wife and son. But when he called 911, and I know he is allegedly the criminal, the one who did the shooting, right? Again, innocent or proven guilty. But so he would play it up a little bit more than the average 911 caller. But we don't know that that's not the case here. The thing is, 911 has standard dispatch questions, right? Like 911, what is your emergency? And they're always going to say, hi, who am I speaking to? What is your number, please? So that they can call you back if you drop the call, anything goes wrong. Where are you at? What happened? Who are we referring to? When did this happen and why? You know, they ask these standard questions. And mostly they will say, if you say to them, we looked at the Alec Murdaugh case. And then remember the Henry Van Breda case? That's a South African case I've covered before. I mean, he attacked his family with an axe. It was so brutal and so vicious. And he as well was describing the person as unconscious. But it's not because he felt like it. It's because of the questions, the standard questions that are asked. So if you call it, hi, we need help, we need the police immediately, there's someone on the ground. And if you say, okay, well, are they breathing? No. Does it look like they're conscious at all? No. And then they say, oh my word, I could just see a lot of blood or whatever. The dispatcher will log that as an unconscious person and then get law enforcement to go out there. So that could be why this happened, why they would say an unconscious person, because we haven't heard the 911 call. It's not available out there yet. I'm sure one day it will be, but yeah, no, I wouldn't doubt that the person actually, whoever called, described quite a lot more than just, oh, hey, there's an unconscious person. Could you come out? You know? Danger Ranger. That's such a cool name. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Michelle says, just to think that there's a person running around that brutally killed 4 people like nothing is terrifying. It is so terrifying. Yes. And someone like this is capable of striking again, which is also why the FBI's BAU, the Behavioral Assessment Unit, has stepped in now, because they will be assessing the criminal profile of this type of killer, but they're also going to be assessing the risk. They needed to step in now, and they've got to figure this killer out. Otherwise, there's a high risk that he will strike again. These types of vicious killers often do, as we saw in the Danny Rowland case, the Ted Bundy case. Okay, Richard Speck, no, but we looked at a few other cases that, you know, this case reminds us of, sadly. Thank you so much, Sandra. learn how to say your name. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Okay. Yes. Let's see what Donna says. I listen to my police scanner all the time, and when dispatches are sent, an automated voice says, "Go to this address. One unconscious person, possible stroke," and then the EMS team qualifies it. Yeah. So maybe they would say, "Okay, go there." Even an automated voice, "Go there, unconscious person, possible murder, possible death, possible bleeding," something like that. So yes. Okay. So just wanted to add my 2 cents there. Because I know that in the first press conference, law enforcement also said, "Yeah, well, it's not," they were like, well, someone asked them, "Is it common for someone to say, well, there's an unconscious person when it's such a gruesome scene?" And they were like, not really, and they also try to figure out the delay, but they also try not to say too much, All right. So here are some arrow points, bullet points of the summary of what law enforcement said. We will also go over their Facebook post, but I just wanted to show you here. Just took out the most important parts from the whole write-up. So they do not believe the private driver is involved in this crime. The call was made from inside the residence from one of the surviving roommates' cell phones. The victims were on the second and third floor of the home. So the New York Post, I believe yesterday when we looked at it, I think they got that slightly wrong, that the surviving victims were on the third floor, because they were not. I believe from everything I've read now that they were in the basement, which makes a lot more sense, especially if we, again, look at the layout. Kim Watts, thank you so much. A news outlet said a roommate called. I think it's possible that the killer called 911 so that they could watch and see the action. Yeah, so law enforcement is saying the call came from one of the surviving roommates' phones. So yeah, if, outlets pick it up, they might just say a roommate called, but we don't know. They have not identified who called, and maybe today at the press conference they will. Thank you so much, Athena, for that super sticker. If I miss anyone, I'm so sorry. As you know, I'm trying to multitask here, and we've got half an hour still to the press conference. So yes. Thank you, Lisa. This is the best down-to-earth true crime commentary on these cases by far. Thank you so much. And Flower Goddess, you guys are so sweet. Oh my word, you're so supportive, encouraging. Thank you. All right. Detectives believe that on November 12th, the two surviving roommates had been out in the Moscow community separately. So Ethan and Zaina went to the Sigma Chi party. Kaylee and Maddie went to the corner downtown bar, corner club. Then the other two roommates, they went out separately and they got home around 1 a.m. because everyone wondered also what were they up to all night. The two did not wake up until later on November 13th. Detectives are aware of multiple phone calls from victims, Madison and Kaylee, to a male. This information is part of the ongoing investigation. That male, what's been shared everywhere online, the law enforcement hasn't identified who that male is, but family members have. Kaylee's family member has, her sister has, and it's the ex-boyfriend of Kaylee. So the thing is that her sister said it's not unusual for her at all to call multiple times, even late at night, even for something really small, just to be like, hey, what's up? Or like, what should I eat for breakfast, Oh, sorry, Flower Goddess, I didn't read your message. Appreciate all your hard work, my darling. Thank you so much. I do work hard for you guys. Always want to bring you the facts. Thank you so much for joining membership. And I'm sorry to any replay watchers if it's distracting. I'll probably make a summary of this for you, so you don't have to listen to all the thank you. Leah Matthews, thank you so much. All right. So the coroner stated that the four victims were likely asleep. Some had defensive wounds, and each was stabbed multiple times. There was no sign of essay. There's a tip line, of course, 208-883-7180, and I see there's now an email as well, tip line at ci.moscow.id.us. So you could email now anonymously, or you can call the tip line. Karen Booker, thank you so much. Thanks, Gisela, for your thorough reporting. Best, thank you. I'm glad you guys appreciate it. Yes, the press conference will start in 30 minutes. Thank you so much. 29 minutes, actually, now. We are waiting for it. And we will boost the sound. You will have great sound if you stay with me here on this channel, watch the press conference with me. So you know how press conferences go. If you've been here on my channel for all the other press conferences, that sound annoyed the absolute everything out of all of us. So yeah, we're going to boost the sound when they are on. The only problem is, of course, the Q&A section. That's always a difficult one. Very difficult. We can't hear what the people asking the questions are saying, but I will do my best to boost that as much as possible as well. Cool, Clearwater. You want to bring the best, mission accomplished. Thank you. All right. So they say detectives are seeking all outside surveillance video taken from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Sunday, November 13th, 2022, from businesses and residences within the geographical area below. And they listed some. I've made a little map for you, which I'm going to show you. Detectives are requesting all available video, whether there appears to be motion and content or not. So they're looking at every. Do you know how much they have to work through? So much stuff. Never mind all the DNA in the house, because it's a college party house. People come and go all the time. There's multiple people staying in the house. It is a popular house that people rent out all the time. Students come and go all the time. So literally imagine the DNA in there, number one, to process. So they've got so much work to do. There's that. And then all the video footage, all the pictures, video footage, witnesses, everyone they got to talk to. I mean, the blood spatter analysis, everything. Thankfully, the one key that could really help in this case would be, it's very brutal to think about, very sad, but Zaina's dad said that she fought for her life. There was some bruising from the knife and tears and things, and she fought for her absolute life. Now, that could mean that there could be the killer's DNA under her fingernails or on her more than the others, because the others were likely attacked in their sleep. So in that case, wow, that she will be, not that the others aren't, but she will be a hero. Maureen, thank you so much for that. Better late than never. Yes, if you're late, don't worry. Welcome to it. Just go back, listen at 1.5 speed or 1.25. I know I speak quite fast, and you'll catch up in no time. Linnea says, is it possible that Ethan heard something and went to see what was happening, ran back to the bedroom with Zaina, and they were attacked? It could be possible, especially when I really had a deep dive, on the layout of the house today, going through all the pictures and everything again, just to see. And it's actually very plausible why the other two roommates wouldn't hear a thing. And I'll show you. But we're first working through the presentation here, and we've got limited time. Thank you, Amy. All right, so this is the map that they provided on the Facebook page. But then what I did for you was, I'm going to make myself smaller. I did a little map time of my own here to show you. And we will look at it on the map as well. This was a screenshot that I put on my presentation so that you could see. So 122 King Road, you could see in the middle there. And then they're looking at that whole border. And look how close also the Moscow Police Department. If you go from the house, the top center there, and you go to the right, and you go down. I don't have my pen right now. Go to the right, and you go down. Then you could see the Moscow Police Department is actually along that way. It's right there. It's always amazing to me how these horrendous crimes happen so close to a police station too. Some killers are thrill seekers, and they want that significance, and they, think, haha, you're never going to catch me. But I think they're going to catch this one. Wow, Rob, thank you so much. This is for all your hard work on this case, Gisela. Thank you so much, Rob. I really appreciate it. Barbara says they have another presser on Wednesday, Court TV reported. Interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll be here for it. So yeah, they're going to look in all of that. They included this arboretum and botanical garden as well. And that is open 24 hours a day. So I worry about that path, meaning the killer could have easily parked there and then walked through this tree line, through all these trees here in the neighborhood to the house and then back. It would be pretty dark at the time, very dark, in fact. Yes, Michelle says, I feel confident that they will find this person and find them fast. I really hope so. And also they've got the FBI and the Moscow PD, Idaho State Police, everyone. Okay, so just to clear up some more stuff again, disclaimer. This is not to harass, dox anyone. I just want to clear it up. I see a lot of really crappy rumors out there at the moment, like just things going around and people kind of overstepping boundaries. So just to be clear of who's who, Ethan Chapin and Zaina Kernodal have been dating since the spring semester. They are two of the victims, 20 years old. Maddie's boyfriend, his name is Jake. Jake Schrieger. I put it there. It's already out there in the media and everything, but he is Maddie's boyfriend, and he's absolutely devastated. His mom said they were like peanut butter and jelly, inseparable. He was so looking forward to Thanksgiving, and I cannot imagine what he's going through right now. And then Maddie, Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves are childhood friends, and they were the two that we saw on the Twitch TV food truck video. And then, man, we've got the ex-boyfriend, and yes, 10 calls were made to him, but as we said, Kaylee's sister said it's not unusual for her to call many times. And there were 7 calls from, I'm not trying to downplay the calls. I'm just saying that wasn't like out of the norm for Kaylee to call so many times and late, and they'd been out drinking and all that. So maybe it was a drunk dial, as many of you have emailed and suggested as well. But that would be Kaylee's ex-boyfriend, Jack, okay? So just to clear up who's who, because, man, people are... There's actually 3 Jacks. Yesterday we were like, okay, there's a Jake and there's 2 Jacks. There's actually 3. There's 3 Jacks, which we'll quickly get into now. Thank you, South Florida Gal. All right. And yes, Kaylee and her ex-boyfriend have joint custody of the Labradoodle, whose name I think is Murphy. Okay. The presser is in 22 minutes. 22 minutes. Okay. So here we go. 3 Jacks, not just 2. There's Jack number 1, Kaylee's childhood friend. They dated for several years. They recently decided on an amicable split. They share the Labradoodle. Kaylee's family stand behind Jack 100% and know he absolutely had nothing to do with this at all. Kaylee called Jack 6 times between 2:26 a.m. and 2:52 a.m. And then Maddie called Jack 3 times between 2:44 a.m. and 2:52 a.m. I must say to that, Maddie's phone called Jack. You know what I mean? It could have been Kaylee trying to reach him and be like, oh, man, he's not picking up. Okay, can I quickly use your phone? And then she uses Maddie's phone to call as well. We don't know, why. And we don't know what they were calling for. But Maddie called Jack 3 times between 2:44 a.m. and 2:52 a.m. And so there were 10 calls between that time, between the two of them, right? Kaylee's sister said that the number of calls was not unusual. She would frequently call people late at night and often until they picked up, even to ask a mundane question like what she should have for a meal. So to me, I don't know, that says a lot. It's not unusual for her to call. This was she'd known him her whole life, And thank you. I'm so sorry if I missed any of your comments right now. As you know, I'm focused, you guys. Laser beam focus. Powering through the presentation. Yes, pressers at the top of the hour, everyone. Now we've got Jack number 2. This is a Jack that his surname is with a K. Ethan paid Jack for something on Saturday, November 12th in the evening. So that could have been for a ride home from the fraternity party. It could have been for pizza. It could have been for drinks. We don't know. He was the first to donate to Ethan's memorial GoFundMe. And apparently, it's rumored that he actually started the GoFundMe and he's from the same fraternity, allegedly. Likely from the same fraternity. I say likely just in case it's not the same, but it seems to be the same fraternity. So that would be Jack number 2. So we've got Jack D, the ex-boyfriend. We've got Jack K, this other friend from the fraternity. And then we've got Jack number 3, hoodie guy. Okay, that's Jack Showalter. I'm showing the name so that everybody can just sort this out in their minds because, oh my word, I can't get another 200 emails about this, right? Jack 1, 2, and 3. Jack 3 is Jack Showalter. He's food truck hoodie guy. He lives on Queen Road, and he is a neighbor apparently of the girls because I live King Road, Queen Road, very close to each other on the map. He was recently allegedly kicked out of the fraternity, apparently having anger issues. This is all rumored from Reddit, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know this. I don't have receipts for this. This is not what law enforcement is saying. This is what locals are saying. He was allegedly kicked out of the corner club that night, as in that very night, where that very night, the Saturday where we saw Kaylee and Maddie on the food truck video. Allegedly, it's him in the hoodie, right? So this is hoodie guy, neighbor guy. Food truck, hoodie, neighbor dude. Jack. That's Jack S. So you see that's different from Jake S. So we got one Jake S, a Jack D, a Jack K, and a Jack S. All right. Now, apparently, this guy has got knife or hunting skills, and he allegedly has a K-bar knife. And police say that they have identified him and spoken to him. Okay. Are we all clear now on Jack, 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 and Jake? Just so we all have it. And as we looked at the Danny Rowling case, Richard Speck, Ted Bundy, this brutal attack could be someone they knew, but it could also very much be someone they absolutely don't know. And especially with college kids in and out of that house, somebody could have been watching that house for years, for months. We don't know for how long. They were renting this house from, I think it is June. We'll check it now. I've got it in the presentation. Rachel, thank you so much. You say thanks for all your hard work, Gisela. Proud to be a Grizzly. Thank you. Too many Jacks. So there's not even just two. There's three. And you got to sort out who's who. And don't blame any of them for anything. Okay. The residence is a 3-story, 6-bed, 3-bath, single-family home that is frequently rented out by students in the area. There are 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on each floor. Upon entry through the door on the first floor, visitors immediately face a bathroom and furnace room. This will all make a lot more sense when we look at the pictures and everything that I've got going here for you. I just hope we have time for that. How long have we got? Okay, we still got 17 minutes. So visitors immediately face a bathroom and a furnace room, and there are 2 bedrooms to the right and left of the entryway. Stairs leading to the second floor, where there are 2 more bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room, and a kitchen. And there's also a sliding glass door attached to the kitchen, which is accessible from the ground because the house was built on a hill in the backyard. That is where they believe the killer entered the home and possibly exited the home. But I also saw another TikTok of a former roommate, I would say. And that could have been roommate number 6. I'm not sure. Maybe we don't know why she left. Maybe she didn't like it there. But anyway, the point is, this person on TikTok had shared that the window in the kitchen, that one there above the stove, I think is that one, cannot be locked. It's always open, doesn't lock. So he could have either come through the window or he could have come through the sliding door. The sliding door makes more sense, right? Okay. So there's about 20 feet of space between each bedroom. These 5 students had rented the house from June 5th, 2022. And at the time that this quadruple homicide happened, there were 5 females staying in the house, and Ethan, Zaina's boyfriend, was a guest sleeping over. All right. Okay. Okay, now how in the hell are there 5,300 people here? Damn. Welcome, everyone. Mods, are you okay? Oh, my word. Okay, I'm just going to slow this down to 100 seconds quickly. Sorry about that. My bad. You must be stressing a bit. I hope you're okay. All right. So we continue on. We're powering through. Let's go. Now, I believe that these sketches were made by a channel called Conspiracy. I've seen them go on Reddit, on Twitter, and everywhere, but I think that's the source. If not, if you are the source, please let me know. You absolutely get credit for making those sketches that are above me. Now, neighbors said that they heard some noise from the house on the night of the murders, but that it was not unusual to hear noise from the residents because the street is known for hosting student parties. They actually said that this house was the most quiet out of all the other houses where college students stay. And they most often saw small groups, or they were sitting outside, on the benches outside, drinking beer or just chatting. It wasn't the loudest house on the block, but students did come and go. So if you look at the sketch, I hope that explains some stuff. We're going to get deeper into this now. If you look at the picture from the side of the house, then yes, you can see first floor parking level on that floor would be where, from everything we know at this point, it can change, but from everything I've researched, the 2 surviving roommates stayed on that floor. And they might be, I was wondering why would they choose to stay there? Because there's a spare bedroom on the middle floor, on the second floor. But maybe it's because the kitchen would be a loud area. Maybe they're late sleepers. Maybe they like to listen to music when they go to sleep or whatever. But it's actually really easy to not hear what happened here that night from those two. It's not quite what you initially visualize when you look at it like now from the side, especially, right? Look at the one side of the house and look at the other. And when we go into, which we're going to go into, how the killer would have moved through this house, it would be so easy for them not to hear anything, especially if they had been drinking and had passed out themselves. Sue, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Pernille says, I always look forward to your videos. Thank you so much. Okay, we are gonna. Can you take their picture down? What? Can you make the picture down, kids, so we can see the room? We're gonna. Don't worry. This is just the intro. And as I say, if I don't finish all of this, which I might not before the press conference, we'll finish the presentation. But I have so much more to show you. So we're gonna look at all the stuff, press conference, then discuss that, and look at more stuff. Okay, we've got a whole thing to go through today. So thank you for being here. All right. So let's continue on to the next slide. I just want to quickly show you each floor. So on the second floor, which is actually ground level, I'm saying it like this in inverted commas because you can actually access it from the ground if you just walk up that little hill there through the sliding door. That would be the floor where Ethan and Zaina were staying, apparently, from everything we know. And on the top floor, the third floor, would be where Maddie and Kaylee stayed. So there's 2 rooms and a bathroom per floor. 2, 4, 6. There are not 6 roommates that we know of, only 5. Maddie, Kaylee, Zaina, and the 2 survivors, and then Ethan was staying over. All right, so we will look more. We've looked already at the inside photos of the house, but we're going to look more. If I just hope I have time for this. Go, let's go. So they stayed on the top floor. You can see pictures of the rooms here. All right. Points of access would be either the front door with a key code. Lots of college students knew the key code. So you can't say like it was the most secure thing because that information was quite easy to pass on or access. So it could be someone in the community. It could be someone who was formerly at the college or currently at the college or maybe not associated at all and heard the code from somewhere else, or they just would access through the sliding door. Now, if you look at the yellow arrow in the sketches, I put them all on top of each other so you can see the whole house layout. That would be the sliding door where they would be entering. And if you look at the sketch on the right-hand side, as I say, we're going to go in more detail. You could see that the killer would just walk through the sliding door if that's where they went in, slink their way through the kitchen, turn right, go up the stairs, which goes up and up. It's 2 floors, 2 stairs, 2 flights of stairs. It goes up and around and up again, and then you're there. You're already walking in, going upstairs is what I speculate they would have done. Murdered the 2 victims upstairs, come back down, and maybe didn't anticipate Ethan popping out of a room. Maybe he was going to the bathroom. Maybe he was getting a glass of water or, So that could have been why then, this is just speculative, he would then attack Ethan, and then that would have then woken Zaina up, which is why she's definitely one of them that has defensive wounds. I haven't heard them refer to any of the other victims with defensive wounds, but we just don't know that. Thank you so much, Tim. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Matt. Okay, so we might have to do, my pen. You guys know my pen. We're going to do some pen tricks. A deep dive after the press conference, I think. Let me just see. We've got 10 minutes. Let's see if we can. So here also, this is like what I mean with a staircase. It's 2 flights of stairs. So you're going up, turning around, coming up again, and now you're on the top floor. But it would be so easy to not hear from that bottom floor. Josh, yes, they say they were all in bed. Yes, they do. Okay, cool. I made it through my slides. So just hold on 1 second. Let's quickly get this going on. We've got so much to cover. Here's the map that I was showing you. Here's the map. This is the map that law enforcement, this is what they've mapped out, the borders of this area and where they want businesses and everyone in this area, anyone, houses, ring door cameras, anyone who's got any information, any footage, any whatever you got from that area, please, if you can, well, not if you can, please do it. Hand in that footage to law enforcement. It could be really, really helpful. Thank you so much, Disc Golf Bear, for the super sticker. Thanks for the coverage, G. Thank you. All right. Someone's saying, Mark, the killer is a military veteran, methodical and precise. Well, the thing is that parents have revealed that it was very, very sloppy work. But the K-bar knife is described as a Marine's best friend, So I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if it was or is a former Marine or someone with military training. Another thing I want to tell you, let me quickly say thanks for this. I know G hates knowing how many are watching her, says Catherine, but let us all thank her for all her hard work by hitting the like button. You guys know 5,555 is my favorite number. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. All right. Yes, when it gets to this numbers, I don't look at the numbers, otherwise I'm going to get freaked out. Okay. So this is what I've mapped out so we can see, based on everything they said, where they want people to look. Obviously, it can extend beyond this, but this is very critical. If you live in this area, if you were in this area, if, on between 3 and 6 a.m. on Sunday, November 13th, 2022, please look through your footage or just hand it into law enforcement. There's also this arboretum and botanical garden. That's what I was talking about earlier, where they say it's open 24 hours a day. And if we look at that little map, just hold on one second. Is it here? Wait for it. I've got it somewhere here. It's not that, I think it's this that I've got. U of I, Arboretum and Botanical Garden tour map. So, yes, there we go. This is what I'm talking about. The view from this road is actually a maintenance area and a public parking space. So, I don't know. One could speculate they could have easily, in the dark, just parked there and then walked and done the crime and walked back. We don't know. It's very dark there, and there's a lot of wooded areas behind the house as well. We have drone footage to go over. We have the layout of the house to go over. We have so much to still go over, and we only have 7 minutes to the press conference. So I wanted to show you this as well. If you look at Google Earth at the house, you could see how much wooded area, like tree line and everything, and you could see that's where they're looking at today as well. Investigators were out there. It could even be the BAU. They sitting kind of hunched down, just looking in the direction of the back of the house. I'll show you a clip quick. Just hold on. But yeah, there's a lot of trees and everything behind there. Stand by. Let me quickly get this. Here we go. You see? So they at the back of the house and just looking in this area. They're just checking it all out. Look. And extending the crime scene tape. They're also looking at tire marks on the ground, just in case. And they were taking photographs of it. So much forensic work is going to be done. Oh, my word. Yes. A lot of places, exactly. Dinah says there's a lot of places for someone to hide and wait. Yes, absolutely. And even remember 2 months before this crime, Kaylee had allegedly reported that she had a stalker. She was very concerned about a stalker. Let me just quickly take this off. So, how do we know it's not someone right there on that embankment behind the house, just staring at her through the window for weeks? We don't know. We don't know where the stalker's from, Marie says, I believe whoever did this hated them. This was a hate rage filled with crime. In my opinion, it was personal. Thank you so much for that. It is a very personal, as I said, targeted crime. They initially said crime of passion, which could be quite accurate, yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm just quickly looking. Let's see the time. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, you guys. Let me quickly do this. I'm in my little cockpit here. Just hold on one second. I just want to do this. Yes. And let's put this one on. Okay. Let me show you quickly this, where they say the mission of the BAU, which the FBI's BAU has now joined the team of investigators. Thank you, Murder and More. I really appreciate it. And they say the mission of the BAU is to provide behavioral-based investigative and or operational support by applying case experience, research, and training to complex and time-sensitive crimes, which typically involves acts or threats of violence. The program areas addressed include crimes against children, adults, communicated threats, corruption, and bombing and arson investigations. The BAU receives requests for services from federal, state, local, and international law enforcement agencies. The response to these requests for BAU assistance is always facilitated through the network of field NCAVC coordinators. So the reason I'm reading this to you is because they not only analyze the criminal and the crime, but also the threat. If it's time sensitive and there's a huge threat for this happening, again, this person striking again, then yes, they get involved. Thank you so much. I got my blazer on. I'm ready for the press conference, aren't I? Let's quickly have a look to see what's happening. They say they're live in 3 minutes. So I'm watching the University of Idaho. That's just watching the countdown there. And what I want to show you real quick. Let's just quickly go here. Get the pen ready. Yes, we want that pen. Move the pen. Okay. Quickly. Right. Okay, wait. This one here. You see this like this? What we're going to do after the press conference is I want to show you that the person, let's do the pen, would have gone through here, allegedly, speculatively, through the sliding door. That would be the easiest. And sometimes they would have said, if you can't open the key code, don't worry, just go around the back because the sliding door is open. So that is how they could have gone. Sorry, I'm multitasking now. Now I'm watching the press conference and everything. Let's just do that. And let's go look at another picture. You see this right here as well. They would have, so the sliding door is from this direction here now, and they would just go through the kitchen like this way. All right, this way. That's how they would have gone in if they came through the sliding door. All right. Damn, how many times can I say all right? All right, everyone. Don't worry, I pick up my own annoying habits. Here again is another view from the sliding door. So what we just saw is behind us, the stove. And wait, I've got a whole ledge area. So this would be upstairs. So just hold on 1 second. We want to go to, wait. The bathroom is upstairs. 7 of 24 is bedroom 3. So this would be on the middle floor. But what I really want to get to is actually, the stairs here, as I was showing you. Wait, I must just watch the time, you guys. I must watch the time. I could get all distracted with my pen here. So the killer, if he had entered through the kitchen like that, it's very easy to then just slink through, make a sharp right, and where you're going to go is up the stairs. Let's say if it's up here like this, turn around, right? You know what I mean when I do this? And then you go up this flight of stairs here. Okay? You see what I mean? So they would be coming up here. And then standing here. And then they go, there's one bedroom this way. There's one this way. All right? So, you let me know if the press conference starts. I'll be angry if you don't. Okay, wait. So I just want to see another one. There's another one with a staircase. This one. Okay. So this one, there's actually a TikTok video. If you look at, I think it's Maddie's TikToks, you can actually see a video from her walking up these stairs, which I'm not going to show right now. Oh my word, you guys say it's on. Okay, wait. We'll get back to this. Wait, moving right along, everyone. Let's go.
Case. It is a complex and terrible crime, and it will take some time to resolve. Today, we want to clarify what we know and where we're at in this investigation. Our primary goal is public safety and to get a completion of this case and bring someone to justice. We continue to dedicate all the resources to this investigation. We've had 646 tips received, and all will be processed, vetted, investigated, and cleared. We've done over 90 interviews in this case so far, and the Moscow Police Department is utilizing the assistance from the Idaho State Police, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Latah County Sheriff's Office. The personnel that has been assigned to this from the Moscow Police Department is 4 detectives, 24 officers, and 5 support staff. Federal Bureau of Investigators, we have 22 investigators in Moscow, 20 additional are assigned and located in the Treasure Valley, Salt Lake City, Utah, and West Virginia. We have 2 behavior analysis individuals from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For the Idaho State Police, we have 20 investigators, a public information officer, ISP forensic services, and a crime scene team. We have 15 uniformed troopers to assist our community to help provide the additional resources for our patrols. Detectives are looking to develop any content that would help us in this event. Anyone who has observed any notable behavior or has any video surveillance or can provide relevant information about these murders, please call our tip line at 208-883-7180. Or you can email the tip line and that is tipline@ci.moscow.id.us. At this time, I would like to introduce Captain Lanier to give you some additional information.
Good afternoon. My name is Roger Lanier. I'm a captain over the Operations Division for the Moscow Police Department. My last name is spelled Lanier. I just want to first state that this tragic murder has shaken the community. It's been very hard for members of the community, and it's been equally difficult for our officers and for the investigators. We will continue to put all of our resources towards investigating and bringing this to a resolution. Here's what we've determined so far. On the evening of November 12th, Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Morgan were at a local bar and were later at a food truck in downtown Moscow. They arrived home at approximately 1:45 a.m. on the morning of November 13th. Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle were at the Sigma Chi house before also arriving home at approximately 1:45 a.m. Two surviving roommates were also out in the community, and they returned home at approximately 1 a.m. and did not wake up until later that morning. On the morning of November 13th at 11:58 a.m., a 911 call was placed to the Whitcomb Dispatch Center reporting an unconscious person. The call originated from inside the residence and was made from the phone of one of the surviving roommates. Moscow Police Department officers responded and located 4 victims, 2 on the 2nd floor and 2 on the 3rd floor. The Latah County coroners conducted autopsies, and detectives have been provided with the results of those autopsies. We know that the autopsies confirmed the identity of the 4 victims, determined the cause and manner of death as homicide by stabbing, and determined that it was likely all 4 victims who were asleep during the attack. Some of the victims had defensive wounds, and each victim was stabbed multiple times. There was no sign of sexual assault. Investigators have determined 2 areas of interest within the city and have provided maps which are on our Facebook page and on our website. And these are areas that they have canvassed for additional surveillance video and tips and have contacted several residents in the areas. The areas are generally south of Taylor Avenue to Palouse River Drive and west of Highway 95. Detectives have also canvassed several other neighborhoods looking for evidence, looking for additional surveillance video, and contacting residents and speaking to them to see if they may have heard or seen something. I want to address several areas of speculation, conjecture, and misinformation that has circulated on social media platforms and otherwise. We do not believe the following individuals are involved in this crime: the 2 surviving roommates, a male seen at the grub truck food vendor downtown, specifically wearing a white hoodie, a private party who provided rides home to Kaylee and Madison in the early morning hour of November 13th. Additionally, the identity of the 911 caller and the 911 call have not been released. So any information out there is speculation about that. Investigators are aware that multiple phone calls from Madison and Kaylee's phone were made to a male subject. Any online reports stating that the victims had been tied and gagged are not accurate. Detectives seized the contents of 3 dumpsters on King Road and searched those dumpsters in an effort to find additional evidence, but nothing of note was discovered. Early in the investigation, local businesses were canvassed in an effort to see if any fixed blade type knives may have recently been purchased. And currently, there are no suspects in custody, and we have not located a weapon. I want to assure you that every investigator involved will continue to put all of their resources and all of our partner agencies' resources into continuing this investigation. We do appreciate the community support. We understand how stressful it is, and we will continue to work through this situation. At this time, I would like to turn the mic over to Colonel Wills from the Idaho State Police.
Thank you, Captain. My name is Kedrick Wills, Kedrickwills, and I serve as the Director of the Idaho State Police. And I appreciate your attendance this afternoon as we talk about this horrific, horrific crime. The murders of Ethan, Xana, Madison, and Kaylee are a tragic loss to all of us. Nothing we can do will bring back these young lives. But we have an absolute commitment to working together to solve these senseless murders. And the way that we know how to do that is partnerships. And our partnership with the Moscow Police Department, with the Idaho State Police, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the University of Idaho to bring this issue to a conclusion and bring this to justice is absolute. We continue with Idaho State Police resources here on the ground in Moscow and throughout Idaho. Whatever the needs are, that's what we want to do. And the chief spoke about the Idaho State Police resources that are here, and he spoke about patrol resources. And we have those uniformed troopers here in Moscow and on the campus of the University of Idaho to help people to feel safe and to provide that security to the people that are here, both in the student body as well as in the community at large. And we will continue to do that as long as is necessary throughout this time. In addition, that's in addition to our forensics team that was here, in addition to our investigative team and all the other state police resources. We know that people want answers. We want answers too. As was already mentioned, this is really, really difficult for those investigators, those dedicated professionals who are investigating this crime. And a lot of people have expressed their desire to help. And the best thing that most of people can do to help is to stop with any kind of rumors and just seek official information that comes out of the Moscow Police Department. Anything that we have that we can share from a law enforcement perspective, we will be sharing just as soon as we can, because that's how we think that we can get this to conclusion. Please rely on official sources of information, and please be patient. I understand that everybody wishes that this was solved already, but these things take time. It takes time to work through. You heard the stats of all the tips and everything, the interviews and everything that's been done. This takes time for our investigators to work through. So please be patient as we work through this investigation. We owe this to these young kids, to these young adults. We owe it to them. And we are absolutely dedicated to make sure that happens. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce the University of Idaho President Scott Green.
Thank you all for being here.
Scott Green, President of the University of Idaho. Last name spelled Green, like the color. First, we continue to extend our heartfelt condolences to the families and friends of the victims. As stated earlier, we want justice and appreciate the increased resources from the Idaho State Police and FBI that have been brought to bear on this crime. We fully appreciate and share the frustration of our students. employees, parents, and community members who continue to push for answers. While we wait for answers in the investigation, we've ramped up our security safety practices and are listening to students and supporting them in any way possible. The University of Idaho's primary focus now is on supporting our students and working to meet their varied needs. The police continue to inform us that they believe this was a targeted attack, but we recognize this is not good enough for some of our students who will want to complete their semester remotely until the person who committed the crime is in custody. We are also hearing that some students want to be back on campus and in Moscow because they gain comfort from the structure of classes and being with their friends and professors. All reactions and feelings are valid, and we all process these tragedies differently. We're asking instructors to plan for both sets of students as we finish the semester. We will be communicating decisions early this week so that families can discuss and plan their individual response over the Thanksgiving break. We learned a lot during COVID, and we have many course delivery options our faculty can deploy to meet student needs. Student and employee safety remain our priority. We have increased security patrols on campus since we were notified of this off-campus incident. We have also benefited from increased Idaho State Police presence on our campus, which we are grateful for. They have been a very visible force, and they will continue this dedicated presence on our campus into the foreseeable future. Importantly, they have also assigned resources to the community since this crime occurred off campus. In addition to the campus-wide precautions being taken, we offer the following safety and security features in our residence halls. We will continue our Safe Walk, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All residence halls are locked 24 hours a day and only accessible by students that live in the building. All guests must be accompanied by a resident of the building. Each residential community has a dedicated resident assistant staff and a live-in full-time resident director to help ensure a safe environment. Every evening, there are resident assistants that are on duty to perform safety and security rounds in their area, including during fall break. Housing and Resident Life always has at least 2 full-time staff members that are on call to provide support and emergency response 24 hours a day, including over the fall break. And our Learning Center Information Desk Living and Learning Center Information Desk is open 24 hours a day and will be open all of fall break for our students' needs. While we certainly hope there's a swift closure with the arrest of whoever is responsible for this crime, we must also be prepared for all the possibilities, including a lengthy investigation. We must balance safety concerns and the need to grieve, along with the long-term needs of our students and our employees. We're making security our top priority. We are also planning for the very real possibility that some students aren't comfortable returning to campus. We will do our best to meet the needs of all students. Our faculty is working hard over the break to consider alternative delivery methods. We will also continue making counseling services available for all our students and employees as we process our grief. The care and concern for our Vandal family is our primary role, and we take that very seriously. We are a Vandal family, nothing means more to us than family. And I'd also like to just thank all those for the great outpouring of support we've received from the nation. It's been incredible time, and all those who stand in solidarity with us, just know it means a great deal to us. Thank you.
So we're going to open it up at this time to about 8 to 10 questions. We ask that only one question is asked per person, please. And I would also like to just see if there's an Argonaut reporter here. I think it's only fair to give our student reporter the first shot.
Speak up if you're in the room, if you're from the Argonaut.
Are you from the Argonaut? Are you from the University of Idaho Argonaut? Is anybody from the University of Idaho Argonaut? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Ted Williams, Fox News. You all have said that these killings are targeted. Can you share with us why you believe they are targeted killings? And do you know who if any of the victims were the actual targets of the killings?
As we stated earlier in the previous press release, or press conference, we believe they're targeted because we take a totality of all the circumstances that we're looking at. Do we know any one person that it was targeted? We're not able to say at this point in time due to our investigation, but we still believe that. But we, like I said, we take a totality of everything that we're looking at.
Chief Glenn Mosley, Idaho Public Radio here in Moscow. On the resources, do you have the resources that you need?
We do have the resources. It is an incredible outpouring of what we receive from the Idaho State Police and from the Federal Bureau of Investigations and Latah County. Anything we ask for is given. So at any time, if we need additional, all I have to do is call the colonel, and he will provide that. He's already guaranteed me that, and I know the FBI has said the same thing.
Hi, Emma Epperly from the Spokesman Review. I know you've said you're not going to release who the 911 caller was, but was the killer the 911 caller?
I will tell you no.
Can you clarify? You said it was made from the roommate's phone, but you didn't say the roommate made the call. So did the roommate make the call on the roommate's phone, or can you clarify if it was another individual who made the call?
Actually, if we could just go to this one first. And
Well, it's a follow-up. That's why I wanted to.
so what I'll say to that is it was made from the roommate's call or phone, excuse me. And we're not going to divulge who made that call it's part of our investigation still. And when we get ready to release that, we will.
Hi, Christina Corbin with Fox News. The male subject whom the women called, has he been ruled out as a suspect or person of interest?
Everything that we have taken from those calls, we have followed up on, we've cleared, and we believe that there's no connection there.
Gotti Schwartz, NBC News. Just following up on the 911 call, you said that you don't believe that's the killer. Can you conclusively rule out the person that called 911 from inside the home as a suspect in this case?
Can you go ahead and just ask that one more time, please?
The person that was inside the home that called 911 that was not one of the roommates. Can you conclusively rule that person out as a suspect at this point?
I don't think I said that it wasn't one of the roommates. I said that it was used with the roommate's phone.
I believe somebody asked if that was the killer, and you said no.
No, that's correct.
Was there someone there other than the two roommates when police responded to the home?
So will you clarify that for me?
You're not confirming a roommate called 911, but they used the roommate's phone. So was there someone else at the home other than those two roommates?
There was other friends that had arrived at the location.
How many? And was that a mobile call?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure at this time, to be quite honest.
Do you guys have any idea if the killer's still within the community, or are you looking outside the community for the killer in terms of their physical location?
We are looking everywhere that evidence would lead us. I can't say if the person's here. I can't say what community the person's in. We're utilizing every resource we can to make that location of that individual. And part of that is the safety of our community is paramount. And that's why we brought in the resource that we brought in to keep our community as safe as we can.
Being so close to the border, does that make it kind of automatically an interstate investigation? Can you comment on that?
I cannot comment on that. I'm not even aware.
If you look in Washington at all, I guess, for...
We're looking everywhere. I'm going to take two more questions.
Do you still believe this attack was done by one perpetrator? And if so, how does one individual kill 4 people at night and not wake up the other 2 roommates?
Our investigation will continue to look at all avenues of that investigation. I cannot disclose any of that information. I don't even know that information at this point in time, and that's why we're continuing to investigate.
You don't know how this happened without the other two roommates hearing it or waking up or noticing?
We do not. One more question.
Hi, Angela Palermo, Idaho Statesman. In the press release yesterday, you confirmed that the victims were found on the second and third floors of the home. Can you say which of the victims were found where?
I'm not going to go ahead and disclose that information. They were found on the second and third floor. And that's as far as we're going to go with that part of the investigation too, because all those key pieces do come to play later. So we do thank you. We thank you for meeting with us. We thank you for helping get information out. And I can assure you, we will continue to work hard. We will continue to do everything we can to solve this. So thank you.
Is this related to any animal mutilation?
Let me show you the toxicology report.
Person will strike again.
In terms of victimology, do you think the victims might be connected?
Damn. Okay then, everyone. Adjust your volume. I'm about to talk again. I hope that was boosted enough for you. I hope you heard everything. That was interesting, especially the Q&A part. Some of you saying, can I play the Q&A part again? We can do that again afterwards, right? Let's look at a few more things. So initially, I'm glad I did the recap with you guys. We looked at the map and everything. We'll look at their Facebook post as well. But at least you had a visual then of what you see, right? Like the map that they provided and all that. So we'll look at that some more. They've received 646 tips and done 90 interviews so far. And it's the FBI, of course, with the BAU unit as well, the LATAR, County Sheriff's Office, Moscow PD, Idaho State Police. They're looking for any content, any notable behavior. And there's this email tip line, which we shared before as well. Okay, let me just take this off for a second. Yes, it was interesting that they said they believe that the following people are not suspects in this crime, that they don't believe they're involved in this crime. The 2 surviving roommates, the male at the grub truck food vendor, which would be Jack number 3 on the slide we looked at, the one that collected that apparently has a K-bar knife and is a hunter, and it's the hoodie guy and he lives in the neighborhood and all that. Yep, they say they don't believe that he's involved. The private party, they gave them a ride home. And they also say the identity of the 911 caller has not been released. So it sounds like other people came to the house and then used one of the surviving roommates' phones to make the 911 call, is what it sounds like. What do you think? Boho, Peggy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your hard work and for covering this case. Thank you so much for being here. Coastal Butterfly says, wish reporters would listen well before asking questions. Close to the vest, it's got to be. Yeah, Tracy. Hoodie boy. Hoodie boy is not considered a suspect in this case. I just want to see, where's this one? This side. Yeah. Let's turn this light away. It's making salt on my screen. Okay, better? All right, so that was interesting. And yes, of course, it was interesting. Number one, that they said that they do not believe these people are involved in the crime. They called the ex-boyfriend a male subject. That was interesting. But they also didn't call him a suspect or a male subject. They didn't call him a suspect or a person of interest. So that's also important to note. Okay? It might just be that they don't know yet. They're still investigating that. Can you imagine the amount of digital evidence they have to go through? Oh, my word. That the victims were not tied and gagged, which has been going around, which is just horrendous. There's also a social media profile that's been created called the Moscow Slayer. And whoever created that profile is pretending to be this killer. It's just sickening. Honestly, sickening. They've searched dumpsters and they found nothing of importance in them yet. They don't have a suspect. They have not found the weapon. Dedicated team. And they still believe it's a targeted attack. They don't want to say who specifically may have been targeted. They don't want to say exactly which victims were found on which floor. 2 on the second floor, 2 on the third floor. The killer, that got interesting. The killer was not the 911 caller. Okay? But the 911 call was made from a surviving roommate's phone. They are not divulging who made that call. So it could have been a a boyfriend, a friend, someone that came over, and maybe they had like, hey, let's do brunch the next day, and came over and like, what in the hell? And they're like, stay in the room. I need to call 911. Give me your phone or whatever. We don't know, right? We don't know. It's better in these cases not to fill in the blanks ourselves as much as we want to, and we are all curious, because we got to trust that law enforcement will do their job, the FBI, and this could take some time. We got to be patient. And as I told you guys, patience. I'm like, go. Patience is not my strong point, but I know in true crime, you got to be patient, man. You got to be patient if you want justice for the victims, right? Nanya says, wonder what Hoodie Guy's alibi was that cleared him. Yeah, I wonder too. So they said they don't believe that Hoodie Guy is involved in the crime. They don't believe. They didn't say they've cleared them. They're not using that language. You know what I mean? They can't say cleared because the investigation is ongoing. But they believe. They then asked about the 10 calls, that were made to the ex-boyfriend. And the way the police chief answered it was he doesn't believe there's any connection there. Okay. So what shall we do? We've got so much to do. Are you still here for it? Okay. What I wanted to show you was, just hold on one second. Go down here. Okay. Let's do this quickly. Work through what I've got here. So they said, this was from a New York Post article. Police said Wednesday a 911 call wasn't made until hours later, but could not give a reason. For us, it was a shock. We wondered if we had turned our heads and looked. Could we have helped? Also, someone said that this isn't blood seeping out of the house. So this is actually some kind of waterproof, what substance? Hold on. Someone who knows about this stuff said something earlier. Hold on. You said waterproofing material, not blood. Well, then interesting, right? Waterproofing material, not blood. It could be. Bookgirl says, I'm here for everything, G. Thank you. You see 700 people like, cheers, I'm out. They're going to miss out. Okay, so here they also say, neighbors told the Post on Thursday that 6 people who shared the house, it's 5 and a guest, okay, were quieter than their rowdy collegiate neighbors. The group of students would have small parties, but were usually quiet by 10 p.m., said Heather Tetweiler, 22. They would sit on the patio around a fire, drink beer, and listen to music, and she said she sometimes saw small groups of people in the kitchen. We're going to get our pen out again soon. River Rat, thank you so much. Thank you for that super sticker. All right. Scorpio Soul says the coroner said it was blood. I wonder if it is, though. Seashell says, I think it was blood. They were more than likely drinking on a Saturday night. Blood, that's interesting. Ooh. I don't know now what it is. I just see multiple people in the chat were saying it's not actually blood, it's waterproofing material. So, yes. Interesting. I'm just thinking of everyone. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud for a second of everyone they cleared. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. But anyway, not cleared, said they don't believe they're connected to this crime. Okay. Now, what I need to do here is, a lot of you guys have also been sending me this, which is the MPD press log. So the police logs from that day. And one in particular was, hold on, not that one, this one, 10:54 that morning, Sunday. Vehicle parked with door wide open in a parking lot. Officers responded, no report. So there they say suspicious person or circumstance. A lot of people have sent me this because they're like, what if this is something? I don't know. To me, it could really be something or nothing at all. It could really be nothing at all. Okay, so we've looked at that. We will look at the house again and do the pen stuff. Okay, we're going to whip out that pen in a moment. So just hang in there for that. We've looked at this BAU stuff, so you understand why the BAU is involved now as well. And I wanted to show you this as well, just quickly, so because this also recaps a lot of what they said today. They released this yesterday. Thank you, Rook, for that. I really, really appreciate it. No, not Maddie. Wait, it was Kaylee. Kaylee said, allegedly, that someone had been stalking her, and that was 2 months before this happened. And we don't know under what circumstances it is. Is it like someone on campus? Is it someone on social media? Is someone like standing there in the woods behind the house staring into her windows? We don't know. All right. Okay. You guys are like, I need a Grizzly notebook. You do. Okay, so quickly look at this. Update, 8:28 p.m., right? 21 hours ago. Clarification. The cell phone used to call 911 belonged to one of the surviving roommates. But by the press conference, we can hear somebody seems to have used the roommate's phone, and we don't know who that is. They said friends came over. They couldn't clarify how many. Due to the ongoing investigation, the identity of the caller has not been released. Moscow homicide update. Okay, have you guys read this? Okay, now I'm just going to go through it quickly so that just stick with me. You know, we're going to look afterwards at some more things, the layout of the house and all of that stuff as well. Okay, so they said this time detectives have investigated the private party driver who took Kaylee and Madison home on November 13th and do not believe he's involved in the crime. So see, that's different language. So he's completely cleared. They do not believe he's involved in this crime. Where is Goggles? Thank you so much for becoming a member. Where is Goggles? Very nice. So, detectives believe that on November 12th, the two surviving roommates had been out, so this is Saturday night as well, in the Moscow community separately but returned home by 1 a.m. The two did not wake up until later on November 13th. Initially, the 911 call made at 11:58 a.m. on November 13th requesting aid for an unconscious person. This call was made from inside the residence on one of the roommates' cell phone. Moscow police arrived shortly thereafter and found all 4 victims. Sashley says, why is no one asking, was anyone else in the house at the time of the murder, and or was anyone else at the house when law enforcement arrived on Sunday? Well, Chanley asked that, one of the reporters, and they said there were friends that had arrived there as well, and they didn't say how many. I thank you for that. Yes, Bundy, like, I mean, this could really be a total stranger. It really could be. It could be someone they know, but it could also be a complete stranger, you know? We've seen that happen. We've looked at 3 examples already in the last 48 hours or so. All right, so continuing on quickly, they say detectives are aware of multiple phone calls from victims, Madison and Kaylee, to a male. This information is part of the ongoing investigation. We wouldn't really know who that was if it wasn't for Kaylee's sister saying that it was the ex-boyfriend and that the family stands 100% with him and they do not believe he's involved in the crime. That's what the family says, right? Detectives are seeking all outside surveillance video taken from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. on Sunday, November 13th. So between 3 and 6, from businesses and residences within the geographical area below. Detectives are requesting all available video, whether there appears to be motion and content or not. Tips, pictures, and videos can be submitted to tipline@ci.moscow.id.us or call the tip line at 208-883-7180 for assistance. Now, here is how I made that little map, which I'll show you again one more time after this in case you missed it. I just plotted all these out just to see, well, what are the boundaries that they're looking at? Because you can see it says north boundary, south boundary, east and west boundary. So it's going to make it like a little block, right? Thank you so much, River Rat. Wiss says scary for the survivors. I really hope that the survivors have a lot of protection right now, you know, security, and that they're safe wherever they are, because I really worry that the killer, you know, maybe he or she or they didn't think, maybe they didn't have time to try to attack everyone. Maybe, I'm not trying to scare them. I'm just saying be safe, okay? Because you just don't know why the other 2 were spared, because they sure murdered 4 people brutally in that house. That must be so traumatic to wake up to. I can't even imagine what they're thinking right now. Oh my goodness. But I just hope they're safe, you know? Which is also why I don't think, you know, they're speaking out. One of them has deleted their social media profiles, so there's a fake one in its place, and people are saying all sorts of crap on there, so don't believe everything you read, okay? There will be a news conference, which we looked at now together at 3 p.m. And man, Idaho's got 2 time zones. I was a little confused at first. Isle of View says, wouldn't there be bloody footprints? Seems like tons of blood would be spilled. Yes, and we can look at the drone footage, because what I found interesting coming out of that sliding door, I mean, there one would expect on that concrete to be bloody footprints. Nothing. No shoe prints. Nothing. So I wonder if they took, I don't know, how they escaped the house without leaving, you know, a trail, a lot of evidence, things like that. Milo and Lily says, as far as I'm concerned, it's somebody they know that submitted. It is extremely jealous. It's someone, it is sometimes it was trying to take out competition. Could be. The motive could be many things, right? Okay, so we know about the original information, right? Do I have to read this or do you know it? Do you know it? I'll quickly go through it. Then stick with me. We're going to do the pen time. On the evening of November 12th, Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan were at a local bar called the Corner Club at 202 North Main Street in downtown Moscow between 10 p.m. and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th. At approximately 1:40 a.m., Kaylee and Madison were seen on a video at a local food vendor called the Grub Truck at 318 South Main Street and used a private party for a ride home from downtown to arrive at their 1122 King Road residence at 1:45 a.m. Yes, Gypsy Lou, yes, we speculated that in the last 3 live streams. Yes, it is possible, if you guys didn't hear it, that using a knife, even though this, if it is a K-bar knife, there's a grip and it makes it a little bit better not to have, not to, for your hands to slip on the knife. But if someone is murdering 4 people like this, and it sounds extremely gruesome, there is a chance that they would have injured their own hand. So again, as we said the other day, if you work at a ER, at a hospital, at anywhere where someone came in with an injured hand or hands, they could have even switched hands, we don't know, and got stitches or had injuries, that would be something to call in as well. Very important. And that would mean then that their blood would be there too. And that would mean their DNA would be there, which could be helpful. But it will take time because there's lots of DNA in that house. Okay. I feel like I must carry on with what I was doing because you've probably seen this, right? This is on the Facebook page, City of Moscow Police Department. We've gone over this. That's what we did in the presentation time, right? So let's go here again. This. Okay. And I hope everyone is okay. All right. So what I was showing you here before the press conference was this area right here. You see this door here? You see this? As in this gap? The killer didn't even enter the side of the house based on, speculatively, where they went. They entered, let's say, through the, I think, it's my opinion only, and it's based on what they've said. They think he entered through the sliding door. We don't know. But if he entered through the sliding door or that side of the house, he wouldn't even have needed to enter this entire side of the house. This goes down to the ground level, which is where the surviving roommates were. This is the living area, okay? So literally, it's kind of like like an entire divide. If you look at it, when we looked at the house from the side, the 2 floors are this way. And yes, there's something above here, of course, in here. But he would have had to go down here to get to the other 2 victims. And based on the layout that I've looked at today, I don't think that they did that. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Okay, just wait. So here, I mean, damn, look what they can hide out in those bushes and everything and just wait. They could just lie and wait, They might have done that. Here, you can see all of this over here. This fence line. There's a lot of places to hide in here and to go in and out here. And you see this area, when we look at the drone footage, there's no footprints that I could see from the drone footage on any of these tiles or the concrete or anything, but they would have gone in through that sliding door. Okay. So, okay, you guys, wait. Now, what am I going to do? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think how to show it nicely with that, the sketches, okay? Okay. So from the house on the side, see, I need this presentation. Hold on. I'm going to need to pull up that presentation on this side too, so that we can see. And we can also look at the drone footage. So we've got that coming up too. Let's see what else I've written down here for you. Oh, I wanted to tell you about the K-bar knife. Someone sent me an email, and thank you for that, saying that they bought a K-bar knife from like a whole set of knives, and the brand was K-Bar, including one like that they've been looking for, from students who sometimes sign up to this company called Cutco to sell knives and make a profit. So that is also something to consider, that some may have been doing that, and who knows where the person then got the knife from. Okay, just stand by. It would be, yes. First floor. Okay, first floor. All right, let's see if I can do this nicely for you guys. Okay, so this would be, welcome to pen time. Surgery shoes, oh damn. Okay, so here would be the front door. Damn, that pen is way too big. Hold on. Okay, here would be the front door, and you can turn and go up here to the second floor. The second floor is actually where the sliding door is. So my point with that would be, am I missing something? Sorry if I miss any stickers or chats or anything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing that. Okay. I think the sliding door is the most vulnerable place, the most vulnerable point of access in this house. And students have said you could use the key code, but what they do also know out of habit is if it doesn't work or if it's locked or whatever, then just go around the back and you can enter through the sliding door. Thank you, Margaret, for a coffee. I will need that. I mean, what's the time? It's almost 1 a.m. for me. Yes, indeed. Okay, so if we look here again, I don't think that the killer would have entered through here. And then we're going to go to the next picture now. There's also rumor that the two girls, the survivors, were in one room. And if they were in one room, then one of them wouldn't be below. Wait, one of them wouldn't be below where Ethan and Zaina were. Yeah, it's pen time, everyone. You guys are like, what? It's pen time. Okay, so if I show you one more time, hold on. We're going to go there. I'm going to show you now. Yeah, this is the second floor. Okay. Second floor time. Sparkly little chicken. Thank you so much for that, Super Sticker. Thank you for your great coverage, G. You're the best at what you do. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. So, if we look at this, I hope you can see the top. Can you see it? Now, this would be the second floor. You can see here is the sliding door. I think this pen is a little too light, huh? Let's make it a different color. Wait. Let's make it like blue. Let's see how blue looks. And let's make it a bit thicker so you can actually see what the hell's going on here. This is the sliding door. You see this here? So what I was showing you earlier is the killer could have gone like this through the sliding door. Slinked their way. I used the word slinked. I don't know why. It just seems appropriate at this point. Slinked their way. Okay. Tiptoeing through in the dark night. I mean, it was... Also, remember those 10 calls that were made? They could have made the drunk calls. Let's call him. Okay, he's not answering. And then pass out. Go to sleep. It doesn't have to do with the crime. They're not ruling it out at this point because they got investigated. There's a lot of investigating to do. But it could be like, oh, cool, like drunk calling and he didn't answer because, a lot of people, myself included, put their phones on silent at all times. I definitely do. I know a lot of youngsters do. I always wondered, when will I be old enough to say youngsters? The moment has arrived, everyone. I'm 38 years old. I can say youngsters, but youngsters and me as well. Phone always on silent. So the ex-boyfriend may just not have heard the calls and seen it the next day and maybe come over and be like, what the hell? Anyway, so the point is, if the person went through the sliding door here, they would have slinked through the kitchen. Do you remember the pictures we saw? Here we go. Slinking through the kitchen like this. Okay, this is the pantry in the kitchen as well. So going through here. Now we're going here. Slinking through the kitchen, going like this, past the pantry. And then you see the staircase. I was really trying to understand this, but now I understand it's 2 flights of stairs. Duh. So it's like they go up, around, and up again. You see? Okay. Yes. Kathleen says, my son's phone is on silent at all times. Always phone pings all the time. Yeah, me too. So one more time, just so that you can, because I had to do this a few times today, so that I can get it in my brain exactly what the hell is going on. Now, oh, this is important. Okay, so if they came through here, this is what I'm showing you. Wait, no, that pen is too thick, people. It's too thick. We don't need thick pens right now. Okay, here. So if they slink through here and went like this up to the next floor, I would speculate that this killer went through here, went up like that, possibly targeted Maddie or Kaylee or both, then came back downstairs. So then they would, let's choose another pen color. Let's choose another pen color. Hold on. Now they're going out, right? So if they're going out, then they would go back down this way like this. At this moment, they would come across possibly or decide to go in to speculatively this bedroom. It would probably be this bedroom, in my opinion, from everything I've seen, where Ethan and Zaina were sleeping. We don't know. Today at the press conference, they said they believe that they were all in their beds. We don't know if they were fast asleep or if maybe Ethan heard something or got up and tried to investigate and then was attacked. And then, of course, his girlfriend would wake up and then she fought for her life because she would then be the most awake at the time. Angela Petrick says, thank you. Just found your channel after Delphi arrest. I've also watched your channel members rise a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. You can't see my drawing? Why? Can't you see the pen? Why, guys? I don't understand because I'm drawing all over the place. Can you see this mouse cursor now? Can you see this? The pen ain't penning. Okay, wait, I'm going to try again. Stand by, everybody. It's pen time. Okay, can you see this? Can you see this pen? Can you see it or not? I'm doodling everywhere. There's no pen? I'm drawing every which way on here. Okay. Interesting. That is so weird. The pen totally ghosted me. Okay, don't worry. We know how computers roll. All you got to do is then close it and open it again. So stand by. Okay, can you see this cursor? Can you see this? Can you see the mouse cursor? No, I'm sharing the right screen. I got it. Stand by. Okay. Let me, yeah, no, I'm sharing the right screen. You can see the pink pen? Okay. So, hold on. It's pen time, everyone. I have to show this to you with a pen so that we all can see what the hell is going on. Okay, here we go. Yes, we want the pen. Good. And just bear with me. Damn it, man. Okay, here we go. Now, tell me, we have to test it one more time. I hope you can see this pen. Tell me if you can't, okay? Okay, here we go. So, do you see this area here? It is the living area. This is what I mean with the killer likely didn't even go into this area to go downstairs into the basement. You guys are like, the pen ain't penning. Okay, you see it? You saw the pink. So, sliding door. Tell me if you see this. Going into the sliding door. Can you see this? Oh, you guys are like, I saw all the pens you used. What? Some of you can see it? Like, is the pen ghosting some of you? Okay, now, great. Here we go. So if the killer went through the sliding door, if they went through here, they would just slink around like this, go here, up the stairs to the top floor. Okay? Okay, pink you can see. Very nice. Right, so they go to the top floor. Golden Fire's like, yes, we see the pink pen. Thank you so much. Okay, pink is better. Pink is best. We know now. So if they went through, you see how easy it is. You see how easy it is. Now watch this. Watch this. Let's choose another color with a pen. And this. Choose another color. Once they're coming back down like this, at this point, speculatively, Ethan and Zaina were in this room. If they were in this room, it would be interesting. I speculate they were in this room. You know why? You know why? because then the killer not once had to even cross this line over here. Not once had to go to that side. This side of the house goes down to the basement. It's the living room, it's a bathroom, and there's a spare bedroom. Okay? So now I'm penning everywhere, right? Okay. Why is the pen gone? I don't understand. Is it like an invisible pen? That is freaking weird, you guys. I don't understand. That is so strange. Stop working. Okay. Stupid pen. I'm going to fire this pen's ass. Okay. Going in the sliding door. Can you see the pink pen now? They wouldn't even have to cross this line. They wouldn't have to cross this line at all if they went through the sliding door, up the stairs, up, murder 2 victims, come back down the stairs, maybe then either encounter Ethan or go into this room and attack 2 victims in that room. Okay, you see it. Good. I think sometimes I have to like reset it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is rather erase it like this then. Something about clearing the screen. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to fire that pen's ass. So do you see what I mean? Do you understand like what I'm saying? Because I had to look at this for a little bit. This is the same. Here is the same staircase. This is going down to the ground floor. I say basement, but it's actually ground. It's the floor where the surviving roommates were. So now you can see from this angle, if the killer didn't even enter here, he doesn't have to enter there. If his targets, for instance, would be just the 2 girls upstairs, Maddie and Kaylee, and then on the way down, did he mean to target Ethan and Zaina or not? Or was the target really Ethan and Zaina and Kaylee and Maddie all along? I don't know. Yes, you guys are saying with the... Wait, this would be... Going down, front door. Yeah, with the blood dripping down, it's around here, so it would be around bedroom 4. Yes, exactly, it would be. So if they were in here, if Ethan and Zaina were in bedroom number 4, then if the killer went through the sliding door here, we go up, victim, I'm not saying in which order, but let's say the first 2 victims go back down, then all they do is have to go through here, in there, and I still speculate that maybe they would have encountered Ethan somewhere, because who saw an unconscious person as described? Who saw a body? You know what I mean? So it could have been someone that exited. It could have even been Zaina that exited to go like to the bathroom, for instance, or to go, towards the kitchen. We don't know. You guys are like, the pen wants no part of this. Pen is like, I don't want to be part of this case. Yes. Okay. So if I look at those, right? We've cleared it now. We've cleared it. Clear the damn screen. Clear the damn screen, pen. Goodness me. Does it make sense? Yeah, the cop said exactly. At the press conference, they were saying it seemed like they were all asleep. If they were all asleep, even then, I hope this pen is working now, they would go in here, walk around, and then let's say they go here, and if they were the target, attack the couple if they were here. And then go this way, up the stairs, attack the 2 girls upstairs, and leave back out the sliding door. So still, there's no reason or need for them to go down here. If they're targeting 2 of the 4, 1 of the 4, or all 4, it's pretty easy to not have to go downstairs. And it would also make escape maybe a little bit more difficult for them. Okay. Of course, Ethan didn't live there, you guys. We've gone over this many times. There were 5 female roommates. Ethan was the boyfriend of Zaina and was just staying over for the night. He lived at a fraternity just 4 minutes away. Very, very close. Okay. You guys and this pen are so funny. Just you guys are making me laugh with the pen. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do now is go to the next picture. So just hold on 1 second. Be here. That would be bedroom 3. Wait. Bedroom 1 and 2. Yeah, okay. So this one. Okay, yeah. Pernil says the pen would like to be excluded from this narrative. Yeah, the pen is a feisty, snarky pen. It's like, I don't want to. Well, you will. This is a true crime channel. You're going to be working with us. Okay, so this would be now the top floor. So they would be coming up here, as we saw earlier from the second one, from where the kitchen is, the sliding door and everything, going up the stairs. They would come up here like this. And then there's this big open area. Now, I don't know in which direction they would have gone first, but literally right into here, attack there, and then turn around and literally right into here. You know? And then after that, go back down. And as I say, we looked at the other ones. Bedroom 3 and 4. Okay? Hope it makes sense. I hope so. Yeah, Maxie Doodle says, Google man had a talk with a pen. Proceed with caution. It's like, oh my word. Ginger McQueen says, recently started watching your channel. Great work. Howdy from Hong Kong. Nice. Cute with the bat. Yeah, lazy pen. Dynamite says, can people who are asleep get defensive wounds? The thing is, they were the only victims who were 2 in one room. So the killer had to strike one person first and then the other person, which of course then the other person would have defensive wounds because they would have heard something. They would have heard the other person being attacked, right? Gypsy Lou, True Crime 2. Thank you for joining membership. Thank you to everyone who joined. Okay, so I hope that this makes a lot of sense. All right. Sure, that was a lot. Do you want to look at the drone footage now? Or can we see it now? Okay, wait. I'm going to just put this picture up one more time and use the pen. Yes, very nice. Okay, pen, you're going to be back at work now. Are you ready, pen? You better be ready. Okay. So just looking at this picture, if they go in here, wait, that's a little high. That just seems a little too high. But if they're going in here, they would just have to like slink around, as we saw, like going up, right? And then they're on this floor. And then go back down. And then the dripping stuff, I think, was here. So that would then be down and to a room here somewhere. Yeah, let's make a line like this. Wow, I'm really painting it up now, aren't I? Let's make a line. So if they went in to the sliding door and attacked 2 victims in bedroom 4, it would be around this area. If it wasn't bedroom 4, that would make sense to me as well. How much less likely? It would be even less likely for the surviving roommates down here at this level to hear anything. But if they attacked in bedroom 4, it would be here, and then they just go up, right? And now they're on this floor. And easy to just exit through here again, and then out into the woods, speculatively. Is the pen gone again? Don't worry. We reset this thing in. I'm sure you could see it. There's a bit of a delay, I see. Right? Can you see it? I think the pen has a bit of it. The pen works a little slower than me. Okay, here we go. This would be the 4th bedroom. So if Ethan and Zaina were in this bedroom, it would be here. And that is why then, you know, people are saying they see stuff dripping down here. Okay. And so it would be very easy to go in here, slink around the kitchen, remember, and turn and go into this bedroom, turn out again, go up the stairs to this floor right here. That's very easy to do. And then And then once you come back down, just exit right through here again and into the woods. You see ink? Okay. Yes, Stefan, the pen is absolutely... I should have given the pen a trigger warning. I really should have given the pen a trigger warning. Last time, then I'm going to show you the drone footage. You see this right here? This would be ground level. This would be where the surviving roommates were. It's either a room here or on the other side of the house. It could also be on the other side. And they may not have been, because some people have speculated that they were in one room, both of them. If they weren't, then one would be here and one on the other side. Bedroom number 4. If 2 victims were in bedroom number 4, I would suspect it would be the couple, because 2 victims were found on the 3rd floor. So we know that Ethan and Zaina wouldn't be sleeping in separate bedrooms. He especially came there to sleep over, you know? So I would then speculate it's the most plausible that Maddie and Kaylee were upstairs. So all they have to do is go here, go up those stairs, and then the 2 victims upstairs, come back down, and we don't know what happened if they were in their beds. Either they were attacked in bedroom number 4 or on the other side. Okay, so we're going to look at the drone footage. I think it'll make a lot more sense on top of all of this as well. Yes, Shelley says, I think the top floor were the first victims. I would also speculate that. We don't know, but it would make sense if they... To me, this is what makes the most sense. In my opinion, the killer went in here in the dark, lights out, maybe even waited in the woods for lights out, you know, for just, okay, everyone's now gone to sleep. So then they go very quietly in here. They go up those stairs we already looked at. I can show you one more time if you want me to. They go up those stairs, which is 2 flights of stairs. So up and up, right? And now they're on this floor. And then into the 2 bedrooms there, which is just a left turn, attack, a right turn, attack. Then come back down. And then I'm just making a box like this. If this is the area where bedroom 4 is, and if the couple was in there, we don't know if they were definitely in their beds or not. I know the press conference, they said they probably were. Then the person would have gone in there, been like, okay, here's 2 more people. Attack 1. I would speculate Ethan, because Zaina had defensive wounds. So maybe she heard something, woke up, you know, maybe she was up getting a glass of water, but they say they think they were in bed. So, and then all they would have to do is out, just out. There's no reason to go down those other stairs into the basement. Damn, I've repeated myself a lot now, huh? Are we good? Okay. The coroner said they were in bed, likely sleeping. Yes, we did play that as well. Okay. So then one could also think, well, there is the possibility that they knew everyone in the house and didn't want to attack the 2 downstairs. Yeah, they said it was a targeted attack. That narrows it down. I like your picture. Okay. Yes, I'm working overtime, you guys. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is show you the drone footage, which I've prepared. Where is it? This. Okay, so this is from Fox News that they shared this. And then I've got my pen ready if we need it too. Let's play some of this. I cut the footage. It was very long. It was like 14 minutes. So I think now it's 4.5 minutes, just to show you where they actually show, you know, around the house. So actually, let me pause this quickly. Okay, I'm pausing it, and we're whipping out a pen. So this is the front door, which I'm sure everybody knows by now, right? So here would be a bedroom, and then that bedroom 4 I was talking about would be this one. But the 2 surviving roommates could have also been in this one, right here, or 1-1. If it's 1-1, then how did this one speculatively not hear anything? Well, it's on ground level. They say they often played music, you know, throughout the night at this house. And so you just don't know. Did they have AirPods on? Were they passed out drunk? Did they have boyfriends over themselves? They didn't say that. No one reported that. You just don't know what's going on there, right? That's a good point, actually. Let's just see what Wist says there. Wist says, so the house was empty for quite a while that night and someone could have been inside waiting. That's a possibility too. Someone could have been inside waiting, even in a closet or something like that. Yes, they could have. In the Netherlands right now, Brinny, it is 1:05 in the morning. Okay, so we're carrying on. Let's carry on. Let's watching this quickly. Okay, there's no sound with this, by the way. It's just silent drone footage. So you can see the front of the house with a front door, the 2 rooms at the bottom, and then bedroom 3 and 4 would be in the middle level. Zaina and Ethan were very likely on the middle floor. It's a very odd shaped house as well. And you can see how easy it would be then to walk around to get, which is also then ground level. That's what's confusing at first, right? To get to the sliding door. I think that to rent this house is about $2,000 a month from what I saw. So if you're splitting that between 5 or 6 people, yep, very affordable. You see, wait, I must actually just pause that there. Go back here. I mean, I'm just looking now. It's snow already, huh? There's already some snow there. But you see what I mean with this concrete and stuff? It doesn't, I mean, I'm just looking at the markings on there now. It doesn't look like there's obvious bloody shoe prints or something, right? Yeah. Gypsy says it's like 2 homes in half. Exactly. Like 2 homes in half. I won't be too much longer. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. There's always lots to share. I could honestly sit here and go through everything like this. I do love it. I enjoy it with you. Just looking at all the details. But the drone footage definitely helped. We love drones. So thank you to the Fox News drone dude who filmed this because it really, really helped. I don't know why those chairs are there at the bottom like that. You know, I don't know if law enforcement put them there. I wonder if you can see the pen now if I do this. Can you see the pen? I wonder if law enforcement put it there or what? You know, is it a blocked entranceway? Maybe I think law enforcement put it here. It looks like, is it even open? I can't see if it's open or not. I'd probably run into it. It looks like there's some kind of, I don't know what's on there, but maybe it looks open, right? This looks open. Maybe they put it there so that people just know, don't walk there. Because of course they've got to look for everything. Fingerprints, they've got to test everything. Yeah, how is there no bloody footprints? It is interesting how there's none at all. Can't see it? I don't understand. That is so weird. Okay, so carrying on with it. I mean, this kitchen window is the one as well that former person who lived in the house, I don't know at what time exactly. People have speculated it could have been the 6th one, but we don't know. There were 5 at this time. And she said that, look, the kitchen window doesn't even lock. It's always open. So yeah, they really zoomed in here, huh? Yeah, Kelsey says, I think it's red evidence tape. It does look like it, huh? And it does look closed, actually. So maybe they blocked it off like that, like, don't touch this. This is, like, critical. Deirdre says, I went out to dinner and I'm back. Welcome back. Window screen on the ground. Yep. But yeah, you see, it's like, we don't see footprints. Yes, Miss Jacqueline, they've said they don't believe hoodie guy is involved at all. Here, I wasn't too sure if this was now, it does look a little bit like a footprint. This looks like a little bit like a footprint or something. What do you guys think? I hope you can see my pen. It's blocking the door like a lock, says M4SL. Yeah. So I don't know what they were zooming into there, but maybe just out of interest sake. Stefan, good point. I do think that the killer knew the layout of the house very well. The way, sure, this house is a very strange layout, and having such a targeted attack, as they say, and 2 people downstairs, it definitely feels like this person would know. With all the twists and turns and going to this room and that room, I think they would also, I agree with you, they would probably know the layout of the house. Thank you, Bluebird Watcher. Thank you for keeping us informed. I'll read it here. May these young adults rest in peace and justice prevails. Peace and strength as these families, friends, and communities grieve such heartbreaking losses. Yes. Now, what I was saying earlier, I still don't know if you can see my pen or not. What I was saying earlier is if someone stands like, this is quite an incline, you know? So if they were like up here somewhere, and I'm going to draw a stick figure now. If somebody was standing here, gazing this way, can you see my pen? You just don't know if that would be a stalker. Is that what's, is that, I mean, apparently Kaylee complained of a stalker 2 months ago. So you don't know if it's something like that, or if it's someone on campus. Is it social media? Is it a stalker like that? I'm not sure. And then there's also that September 12th person that flashed their knife at a group of students and threatened them. So yeah, let's continue playing this. We're almost there. If you see anything that you think would be helpful to law enforcement, that is the point of drone footage. Please then call it in or email it in. Yes, JS CAGs, all assuming the individual wasn't already inside. Yeah, they could have already been inside. If they were, I still think they would have entered through the sliding door and probably left through the sliding door, right? Thank you, Tara. That's a good point too, Patricia. Maybe the person just studied the house on Zillow. It's on multiple real estate sites. And it's a well-known college house. Lots of roommates rent it, frequently. Thank you, Tara. You say great job, G. Thank you so much. Yes, exactly. Hold on. Paula said, where you looked at the footprint right behind it, that is the blood seeping out under the wall. Yes, exactly. LES, we looked at that yesterday as well. If you guys missed out about the animals that have been harmed in Moscow, Idaho, check out yesterday's episode. Okay, so if we choose this, okay, so I think, yeah, it would be this is where it's behind me here, where it would be seeping out. Whether it's waterproof, I don't know what, a substance, or blood. Ooh, scary. M4SL, the killer would not go through the glass door because the stools were propped in the door railing, which would have locked the sliding door. The killer probably knew the keypad code. Probably did. We don't know that the stools were there the entire time. We don't know if law enforcement put it there now, so no one can get in and out of the sliding door now. They did speculate, I think it was on Inside Edition. The police speculated. Well, what I heard, they were saying that they believe, they spoke to the media, and they believe he went through the sliding door. That's where I'm getting it from. Lisa says, I thought it wasn't blood, it was rust. I don't know what it is. It could be rust, it could be a fluid. It's been reported as blood by the media who's been out there, but I don't know. Okay, and we're almost done. 3 more seconds. Alina, I do love my pen. So, great job for the drone guy, showing us exactly how this looks, focusing on that area as well. They would have also told him where to focus. Okay. So we got that. Drone footage, very nice. Then, finally, hold on. We've done that. Finally would be, damn it. Okay, this map time, which, one more time, just so you could see all the borders of what they've shared. Of course, you can, if you have footage beyond this, call it in. Leslie B says, you have such a wonderful community and always provide such detailed information on all the cases you cover. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you so much. Yeah, lucky lady, I agree with you. You'd have to be, no matter what, you'd have to be strong, pretty strong and fit to carry this attack out, right? 4 people? Wow. Shane asks, right? Anyone know if K Stalker has been identified? We don't know. The police have said nothing about that. No updates on the September 12th attack either, except saying they don't know if it's connected. Okay, we're almost done. Don't worry, I don't need a break now. I'm good, you guys. I'm good. Genevieve Moonmist, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. Ophelia says, no footprints, no spatter. He took his time. It's amazing to see no markers out there. But they say inside there was even blood on the walls in some places. So that is really brutal. And the family has described it as sloppy. Like really, they made a mess. Yes, the dog is okay. Apparently the dog is with family. That's what family said, is that the dog is with family. So yes, the Labradoodle, I think his name is Murphy, is okay. Wendy, exactly. Grizzly True Crime, Kaylee's parents gave interviews saying she only went back to show Maddie her new car, got there on Friday, was leaving on Monday. I know, how sad is that, right? Sure. So yeah, I get what you're saying. Supergirl, thank you so much. You guys are saying, where's the dog? Apparently with family. Rosie says, gee, you are so funny. I love your sense of humor. New favorite channel. Thank you. I love to be the favorite. Okay. So if you look at the, ooh, should we use the pen again? Just look at the outline. The house is over here. This is the house. I hope you can see it. And what they've outlined with on Facebook with all those coordinates, and yes, there's a bicycle here because I'm in the Netherlands. It's default setting to bicycle, okay? Like, where can we cycle to? So you could just see the outline here. They also included this. So this is, my outline should actually extend like this. Like that would be good. If you're in this area, if you're watching this, if you know someone in this area, please just send it to everyone in case someone can pick this up and say, you know what, I actually was there, or I lived there, or yes, I saw something, whatever. You just never know the value of what could come out of this area, camera-wise, witness-wise, noises. They even said like just pictures, whether there's, you know, video footage, whether there's content on it or movement on it or not, please. Michael Joseph says pizza delivery guy came back at night. There was actually a pizza delivery guy. I believe Ethan and Zaina had Domino's pizza that night because Ethan paid Zaina on Venmo and said Domino's pizza. So, but I don't think it's the pizza guy, but you just never know. You just never know, right? Okay. Sam Panther, thank you for the £3 super sticker. And Genevieve Moonmist. Wow, another one. Damn, thank you so much. Yeah, go Pan, go. Linda says, do they have any videos on either site? I don't think so. Peter says, it's odd that no apparent dog barking that night. Dogs usually bark at unfamiliar people and don't bark at familiar people. Yeah, we haven't heard reports of the dog barking or even the roommates downstairs, but maybe their music was blaring. Maybe the dog was downstairs as well. We don't know that either, you know. But yeah, I think the dog's been, it's now with family. So this is what the area that they're focusing on. Yes. And we've seen everything else, right? We've seen where they went partying and all that. We saw that in yesterday's stream. Okay. So I think I'm pretty much done for today. This article was something I wanted to show you. Okay, we want to collapse this, thank you. Let's see if there's anything that we learned from here. I did pin it for you in case. In the early morning hours, when 4 students died in a brutal stabbing near the University of Idaho, several unanswered phone calls were made from one of the victims' phones to her longtime boyfriend, deepening the mystery of their deaths nearly a week after their killings. Thank you, Stacy. Okay, the coroner who conducted autopsies on the 4 friends said some of the victims appear to have fought back and that they may have been attacked while sleeping in their beds. He may have been attacked while sleeping in their beds. They're not saying too much. Not for sure, says get a pen. 3 days later, I can't do this without my pen. I know, right? I'm going to be so lost without my pen. Thank you, Jane Smith. You say thank you, G. Thank you so much. What type of dog? A Labradoodle. Labradoodle. We looked at it on the slide earlier that I showed you guys. I'll show you again quickly. There's the dog. And Kaylee shared the dog with her ex-boyfriend, Jack. Yes, sorry. There's 3 Jacks and a Jake, so I always got to think about it. So there's the Labradoodle. And as we saw, they said they don't believe that the following people are involved in the crime. The 2 surviving roommates, the male at the grub truck food vendor, so this hoodie guy, that's Jack number 3 over here on my slide. The private party ride home. They don't believe they're involved in the crime so far with all the investigating. All right, so there I just mean the Labradoodle's pretty small there, but you can see it, right? Okay, there are also social media posts. I'm just going to skim this because there was something I probably wanted to show you. 2 roommates survived the attack. The police said while the 4 friends were being killed, 2 other roommates were in the house but not attacked. Both were women. Investigators said they did not believe either of them was involved in the crime and suggested that they had possibly slept as their roommates were being killed. No one called 911 until just before noon on Sunday, many hours after the attack, which the authorities have said took place in the early morning hours. That call came from one of the surviving roommates' cell phones. Still a lot of mystery to this case. Kathy Mabert, the Latah County coroner, said the victims all appear to have been stabbed multiple times with a large knife, though no weapon has been recovered. Based on the time of night, she said they were likely sleeping when they were attacked. The home that they were living in had 6 bedrooms with 2 on each floor. The police said the victims were found on the 2nd and 3rd floor. So we looked at that with a pen in detail, right? It's such a horrific crime, she said. It's hard to think that somebody, whether they live here or they were here, commits something like that and is at large. That's the scariest thought. This person is out there, you guys. Now, what do you think that this person is doing right now? Because I think they're watching everything on social media, all the coverage, the press conference, everything, right? And I hope that when they do find them, because I do believe they will, no matter how long it takes, that they're alive and that justice will be served. You know, that it's not like a police standoff, or that as soon as they get caught, you know, sometimes that happens. They take themselves out and then, that's just horrible. I hope not. I hope they find them alive. I hope they find who did this and that there will be justice for the 4 victims. None of the victims showed signs of SA, Ms. Mabert said, and toxicology reports have not been completed. Those always take a lot longer, right? There were 7 unanswered phone calls made from the phone of one of the victims, Miss Goncalves, to her former longtime boyfriend in the early morning hours of Sunday, according to her older sister, Olivia Goncalves, based on phone logs that she was able to download from the phone provider. Some people have asked, why would she be able to do that? Well, they might be on a family plan. She's been quite a sleuth. Good job. You know, being really proactive on the ball and figuring out, wait. So this is who she called. The first to call the man, here they name him, Jack D, as I call him, was at 2:26 a.m. and there were 6 more over the next 26 minutes, with a final one at 2:52, Miss Goncalves said. She said Mr. DeCure, also a student at the university, missed them because he was sleeping, and that her sister's phone account did not show any other calls. Ms. Goncalves said that Jack D, who did not respond to a request to discuss the case, had been a childhood friend of her sister's. She said they'd been dating for years until recently, when they decided to take an amicable break. Ms. Goncalves said that she and her family stand behind Jack 100% and know he absolutely had nothing to do with this at all. Lena, thank you so much. Love your reporting. Been with you since African Serial Killer. Thank you. Which one? Moses Sitole? I covered a few, I think. Yeah, probably that one. That's probably when you were with me. Thank you. So, she also said the number of calls was not unusual, that Kaylee Goncalves would frequently call people late at night and often until they picked up, even to ask mundane questions like what she should have for a meal. Bill Thompson, the top prosecutor in Latah County, said investigators were looking at cell phone tower data and social media information to try to determine who was in the immediate area at the time of the killings. So, this may not be unusual because Kaylee and Jack had broken up. An amicable split, an amicable break. But Kaylee wasn't following Jack, but yet all her other friends were. So there's definitely a separation there, right? And the friends are still following him, and he's following them. But Kaylee's not following the ex-boyfriend. But yet, yeah, they called him so many times. So I don't know if that was like, if there was, we don't know if there was a fight that day, if there were more calls early in the day, if it was like drunk dialing an ex. I mean, come on, tell me if you've done this before, you guys. Have you drunk dialed an ex before? I've done it. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Beholder, thank you. Are you planning to go live for the next press conference on Wednesday? Absolutely. Why are they having another one? What? Damn, Stefan, thank you so much. 75K, you guys. 75K Grizzly is very nice. Bill Thompson, the top prosecutor. Yeah, they're looking at that. Okay, so we're almost done. The victims have spent the night socializing. This we know where all they went, right? We've gone over this quite a few times. A private party driver gave them a ride home, the police said. No one's been arrested. They haven't found the weapon. Sorry. I misspoke there. Weapon. They haven't found the suspect or suspects. They haven't found a weapon. They keep referring to it as this individual, this person. Moscow had not recorded a murder in 7 years. It's a community of 25,000 people on the Washington state border, and the university has 11,000 students. That's a lot of students. The city has not recorded a murder in more than 7 years, and this is a quadruple homicide. Students said in interviews that they normally felt safe walking around town late at night or leaving bikes unlocked around campus. But after the killing, many students left campus early for Thanksgiving break, worried about an apparent killer on the loose. Well, it's not apparent. He's on the loose. Some students who remained have started taking more precautions and walking around in groups. A coffee shop told patrons it was closing early so that employees could get home before dark. In the Netherlands, we call it a cafe. A coffee shop is something completely different meaning. Totally different. For you guys who've been here with me from the beginning, damn, 75K is a very nice milestone. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, because like some of you are really far behind us. Refresh. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is what I want to read you. So we get to know more about the victims. It's always nice to learn more about them and their families. So here they say Madison Mogan, who went by Maddie, was a senior from Coeur d'Alene, hope I said it right, who was majoring in marketing. Her grandmother, Kim Chile, said Miss Mogan had always been a gentle and caring person who kept many long-term friendships and close ties with an extended family. Ms. Mogan's boyfriend, Jake Schrieger, said that he had been excited for graduation next year and talked about wanting to explore other parts of the world. Ms. Mogan always spread positivity and brought acts of kindness to others, Mr. Schrieger said, adding that he hoped people remembered her for the love she had given to others. There's no words that I can really describe her, how amazing she was and how wonderful of a person she was, Mr. Schrieger said. I mean, damn, they're 20 and 21 years old, Maddie was 21. So her boyfriend's probably also 21 or so. Sure. What the trauma he has gone through now. It's so sad. Welcome to all the new members. Okay, we're almost there. I just wanted to tell you this bit and then we're going to wrap it up. As I say, Kaylee Goncalves, who was from Rathdrum, Idaho, had been set to graduate early in December and planned to move to Austin, Texas, with one of her close friends in June. The friend, Jordan Kesnell, said Miss Goncalves had secured a position with a marketing firm and was excited to explore more of the country. We wanted that adventure, Miss Kesnell said. I would be like, let's go do this. And she'd be like, down. Olivia Goncalves said her youngest sister and Miss Mogan had served as bridesmaids for her wedding. Her sister, she said, still shared a dog with her former boyfriend, and the two had seemed likely to get back together. Thank you, Roses Are Red, for that. I really appreciate your $20 super sticker. Morgan Lefray says, I like coffee shops better. Have we got an inside joke going now here for the Netherlands? Thank you so much, Barbara Beard. Congrats on 75K. Thank you very much. Okay. I hope this helps as well. Damn, Devil's Advocate. 75K when I joined you at 700. You've come a long way, lady. Great job. Hard work pays off. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Damn, you were there when I had 700. Remember that. So here they say Kaylee, who was from Rathdrum. We are 10. Okay, we know about this. She said, I'm down. Olivia said her younger sister, Miss Mogan, had served as bridesmaids for a wedding. Her sister had still shared a dog with her former boyfriend. So I know there's speculation about that, about the why the dog maybe didn't bark or whatever, but I'm not going to go there because we don't know where the dog was in the house, or apparently the dog was in the house at the time because Kaylee's sister said the girls got home, they did everything right. They Ubered home, which was a private ride home, not an Uber. They got a private ride home. They took the dog out for potty. They locked the door. That's what Kaylee's sister said, right? On the news, on I think it was Inside Edition. So I was thinking, like, how does she know that? But it probably is from like cameras, neighborhood cameras or ring door cameras, right? From the Ring camera. So maybe there is a camera there. So then I do believe the dog was there. We just don't know where the dog was sleeping or if it's in a crate. It doesn't matter. I don't want to focus too much on the dog, right? I know everyone's got lots of questions about the dog. Pointer lover, great job as always. Thank you so much. Yeah, Raging Wolf says, this perp is brutal. Hope they're caught soon. I agree. The risk is, of course, that he'll strike again. He's got nothing to lose, especially now. Because he will get caught at some point. We've got 2 more victims to go through here, so I hope you'll stay for this. I think it's important as well. Ethan Chapin from Conway, Washington, was one of 3 triplets and had spent much of November 12th, the day before the killings, with both his siblings, who are also University of Idaho students, said their mother, Stacy Chapin. In the evening, they had all attended a dance together held by his sister's sorority, she said. My kids are very thankful that it was time well spent with him, Miss Chapin said. He was literally the life of the party. He made everybody laugh. He was just the kindest person. Mr. Chapin played basketball in high school and was known by friends and family members for always having a big smile ever since he was a baby. Miss Chapin described her son as just the brightest light. And Zaina Kernodle grew up in Idaho, but had spent time in Arizona in recent years, according to an interview that her father, Jeffrey Kernodle, gave to Arizona TV station. Mr. Kernodle told the station that his daughter was strong-willed and had enjoyed having an independent life in college. He said his daughter had appeared to try to fight her attacker, an account backed up by Miss Maybert, the coroner. Mr. Kernodle expressed shock that she could be killed while being with friends at home and said he too had no idea who could have committed the attacks. She was with her friends at the time, Mr. Kernodle said. So, man, that... they're going to be testing for DNA everywhere, all over the house. But because she fought for her life, they might catch the killer that way, right? From his DNA being from under her fingernails and things like that. I don't like to get graphic, but yes, it is a fact. They're going to test all of that. Golden Fire says, gee, everyone went live tonight, but it was an easy choice to join the Grizzlies. No contest. Thank you so much. I wonder, tell me, before I go, what did you join this live stream for? Like, I know we wanted to watch the press conference, but what were you looking forward to? Was it pen time? Was it map time? Was it presentation time? Was it just the boosted sound or the press conference together? Like, how did you make the choice? Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it very much. I know there's lots of streamers, lots of streams happening, and I really appreciate that you guys were here with me. Okay. So I know we said we'll look at this, but we don't have to, right? Did you see it? Do you still want to look at the Q&A, or are we good? Actually, while your questions roll, your answers roll in, let's just look at this one more time here.
Women called. Has he been ruled out as a suspect or person of interest?
Everything that we have taken from those calls, we have followed up on, we've cleared, and we believe that there's no connection there.
Gotti Schwartz, NBC News. Just following up on the 911 call, you said that you don't believe that's the killer. Can you conclusively rule out the person that called 911 from inside the home as a suspect in this case?
Can you go ahead and just ask that one more time, please?
The person that was inside the home that called 911 that was not one of the roommates. Can you conclusively rule that person out as a suspect at this point?
I don't think I said that it wasn't one of the roommates. I said that it was used with the roommate's phone.
I believe somebody asked if that was the killer, and you said no.
No, that's correct.
Was there someone there other than the 2 roommates when police responded to the home?
So will you clarify that for me?
Here's the question.
Confirming a roommate called 911, but he used the roommate's phone. So was there someone else at the home other than those two roommates?
There was other friends that had arrived at the location.
How many?
Everybody made the call.
Honestly, I'm not quite sure at this time, to be quite honest.
That was interesting. I just want to hear that one again. If you want to watch the press conference in full again, I will link everything in the pinned comments as I always do. I do timestamps for you guys so that you don't have to try and figure out in this 2-hour and 20-minute stream, like, what the hell am I getting into? I'll put timestamps for you. I always do it after the stream. Like, you know, we literally say from the start, and then at 1 minute this, and 5 minutes this, and in 10 minutes, and then half an hour. And you can just see it there. And I'll link this as well for you so you can find it really, really easily. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who became members. Thank you for all the super stickers and all the support and everything. I really appreciate it. Thank you, mods. Oh, damn. That was a busy one. I think that was actually a record stream for me. That was like over 7,000 people were here. So like, damn. I remember the days when I had 18 people. Yes, when I started my channel in that second or third month. that was quite fun. So thank you so much. Pumpkin Porter says drone footage and great commentary. Thank you all for your very nice, positive comments. I really appreciate it. Someone was mentioning now the letter. I do wonder if they, did they put the letter? I just want to check it quickly. Wait. Drone. Is it this one? The letter. I didn't really take notice of the letter, but I wonder if law enforcement put it there or if it was always there. Chandler Anthony says, we are privileged that we can step away from this and implement self-care if hyper-focusing on it starts to amp up anxiety. I know a lot of you relate. Absolutely. And if you want to step away with it, like, and look at some nature time in the Netherlands and things like that with me, I do that all on Patreon. So I do the balance of true crime and beyond on Patreon. If you are interested, I do find it like it's a lot of relaxing content on there that you might enjoy, or exciting or fun things that are sometimes not true crimes, just a little bit of the antidote, huh? I'm just quickly looking here. I did not notice the ladder. Where's the ladder? I'm going to play the outro in a moment. Oh, are you talking about this? It's a little ladder. I was expecting like some huge ass ladder. I'm like, oh, my word. Okay. That could be for law enforcement, but you just never know. Good point. You just never know. Interesting. Thank you, Cheeky Llama Creations. All right. So I see the ladder. Beholder says Grizzly Patreon is the best. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. So yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't know what you're missing on Patreon, you'll never know. But both membership and Patreon's got $1 tiers. So I would recommend $1 there, $1 here, so you get the best of both. The emojis and everything you can get over there. Everyone gets the same benefits. So yes. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Guess what time it is for me? Mr. Grizzly's going to be like, what are you doing? It's like 1:39 a.m. Oh, no. 1:39 a.m., everyone. And I'm still here, like, so excited. I could just, like, carry on. But anyway, I'm going to try to go to sleep now. Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Yeah, when I reach 100K, that's going to be a party. That's going to be so awesome. 100K and beyond. I just love working hard. So I just love what I do. And I foresee myself doing this for a long time. So thank you for supporting that. I really appreciate it. And yes, okay, let's play the outro, shall we? Bye, everyone. You know I don't like saying goodbye, but I gotta go now. Bye.